It looked like it's happening. Angel Reese is asking out of Chicago already.
Angel Reese officially puts the Chicago Sky on notice. We're not doing the same thing this offseason that we did last offseason. Stop bringing me bums to play with.
The Chicago Sky reportedly had to hold emergency meetings because of one player's comments. Frustrated with locker room drama derailing team success? Discover the truth behind Angel Reese's impact on the WNBA. You won't believe what we uncovered.
Stop bringing me these players. I want the best of the best. I want the upper echelon.
Angel Reese is fed up. She's tired of the losing. She's tired of being the gum on the bottom of the shoe of the league. She is fed up with the Chicago Sky, and it looks like Angel Reese wants out. It looks like she wants out.
Welcome, everyone, to a deep dive into one of the most tumultuous seasons in recent WNBA memory. Today, we're not just talking about basketball. We're talking about leadership, locker room dynamics, and the stark contrast between two young stars. At the heart of this storm, for the Chicago Sky, sits Angel Reese, whose sophomore year unfolded like a cautionary tale of hubris and unfulfilled potential. The fuse was lit early in the season with an explosive interview to the Chicago Tribune. This wasn't a casual chat. It was a public declaration of war on her own team. Reese didn't mince words. She stated unequivocally that she was not settling for the same expletive we did this year.
Let's see what Angel Reese had to say. I'm not settling for the same shit we did this year. Oh boy. Reese told the Tribune, we have to get good players. We have to get great players. That's a non-negotiable for me. I'm willing and wanting to play with the best. And however I can help to get the best here, that's what I'm going to do this offseason. So it's going to be very, very important this offseason to make sure we attract the best of the best, because we can't settle for what we have this year. Overhaul this roster.
She demanded that the Sky acquire great players, emphasizing it was a non-negotiable condition for her future in Chicago. This wasn't a call for collective improvement. It was a public shaming of her current teammates. The audacity of these statements, coming from a second-year player, immediately sent shockwaves through the league. But Reese wasn't done. She openly expressed doubts about teammates like Rachel Banham and Haley Van Lith, questioning their capability to lead a playoff team.
So it's that multiple lead sources told Front Office Sports that the entire team has seen Angel Reese comments that teammates are unhappy with the direct attacks. A team meeting is planned at which players are expected to address Reese directly.
And then, in a moment that epitomized a lack of awareness, she delivered a direct insult to Courtney Vandersloot. Vandersloot, a two-time WNBA champion, five-time All-Star, and one of the most respected point guards in league history, was effectively dismissed as too old and not someone the team could rely on. This was a player who had sacrificed a chance at another championship with the New York Liberty to come to Chicago and help.
We can't rely on Courtney to come back at that age that she's at, Reese said. I know she'll be a great asset for us, but we can't rely on that. We need someone probably a little younger with some experience, somebody who's been playing the game and is willing to compete for a championship and has done it before. Courtney Vandersloot, by the way, two-time WNBA champion, five-time All-Star, two-time All-WNBA first team, left the New York Liberty, a championship caliber team, to come help out the Chicago. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Oh, dang. Oh, dang. It's all right, Courtney.
The fallout was immediate and devastating for team morale. Reports from Front Office Sports and the Chicago Tribune confirmed that an emergency locker room meeting had to be called. Imagine the tension. Players, whose professionalism and skill had just been publicly questioned, forced to sit across from the person who cast doubt on their abilities. This wasn't a sign of a healthy, cohesive unit. It was a stark indicator of deep-seated dysfunction. It painted a picture for every free agent, every veteran in the league. Come to Chicago, play with Angel Reese, and you risk public humiliation if things don't go her way.
We need great players, and I don't know what that will attract that. Maybe the practice facility will attract that. We'll see. But I think the priority is being able to convince free agents that this is an organization that is going in the right direction. I think honestly, it would be a leap of faith for a great player to come here and show that this is something that they want to be a part of, and we can bring that championship mentality. A leap of faith to think that a great player would want to come to Chicago. Oh boy.
This internal turmoil directly impacted the Sky's decision-making process. The front office, seemingly desperate to appease Reese, traded away valuable assets, including their 2025 number 3 overall draft pick, to acquire veteran Ariel Atkins. That number 3 pick, by the way, became Sonia Citron, a rookie all-star and rookie of the year contender with another team. This move, intended to give Reese the great players she demanded, became a glaring symbol of a front office making reactive rather than strategic decisions, all centered around one player. For a player who was so vocal about the need for great players, Angel Reese's on-court performance often fell short of the superstar standard she demanded.
Hey, it's not all her fault. Her teammates stink. They gotta catch that, right? Right! Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? Scooby, put down the butter. Butter pecan! Bang! This time of the year's the best. You got pumpkin spice, football, and Angel Reese layups. Bang! Final play of the game, Angel Reese, clutch gene! Womp, womp, womp. That's my Barbie!
While her raw numbers, 14.7 points, and a league-leading 12.6 rebounds per game, look impressive at first glance, a deeper dive reveals a significant discrepancy between perception and reality. The glaring issue? Turnovers. Angel Reese led the entire WNBA in turnovers per game, averaging a staggering 3.9. What's even more problematic is that she managed to accumulate 118 total turnovers for the season, despite missing several weeks due to injury. Think about that. A player missing significant time, yet still leading the league in a stat that directly takes away from her team's opportunities. This wasn't just careless play. It was indicative of poor decision-making under pressure, on inability to handle the ball, and a tendency to force plays. Her struggles extended to discipline. Reese accumulated 8 technical fouls during the season, reaching the league's automatic suspension threshold. This pattern of emotional outbursts and constant arguing with officials is not the mark of a composed leader. It's the sign of a player who lets frustration derail her focus and, more importantly, hurts her team. The timing of her suspension was particularly damaging, a crucial nationally televised game against the Indiana Fever. Angel Reese, the supposed centerpiece of this manufactured rivalry, sat on the sidelines due to her own lack of self-control. Perhaps the most damning evidence of Reese's impact was the stark reality of how the Chicago Sky performed in her absence. When she was out with her back injury or serving her suspension, the Sky, surprisingly, often looked like a more cohesive and energetic team. The ball moved with greater fluidity, defensive rotations were sharper, and there was a discernible sense of collective effort. This isn't just anecdotal. There were games where the Sky, without Reese, managed to pull out wins or play significantly better than expected against tough opponents. This is what we call a franchise player in reverse. Now, let's pivot to the other side of this story, a narrative of stark contrast and undeniable success. While Angel Reese was generating headlines for all the wrong reasons, Caitlin Clark, her supposed rival, was quietly, professionally, and effectively building a foundation of leadership for the Indiana Fever. Clark's sophomore season was also impacted by adversity, as she played only 13 games before back-to-back injuries ultimately ended her season prematurely. But how she handled that adversity became a masterclass in true leadership. Unlike Reese, who reportedly stayed away from her team during her injury, Clark was a constant presence. She traveled with the Fever, sitting on the sidelines in street clothes, cheering on her teammates, and remaining actively engaged. This wasn't for show. It was a genuine commitment to her team, a subtle yet powerful message that her presence, even off the court, mattered. Beyond her physical presence, Clark's public persona was a direct counterpoint to Reese's. While Reese was publicly criticizing her teammates, Clark was building bridges. She famously praised Angel Reese after a game, a move that diffused any manufactured rivalry and showed genuine sportsmanship. She used her massive platform not for self-promotion, but to highlight her teammates and the growth of the team. That's true leadership. The impact of Clark's leadership on the Indiana Fever was undeniable. Even with her limited playing time, the team's dynamics fundamentally shifted. Players like Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, and Lexi Hull all thrived, developing greater confidence and finding more effective roles within the offense. Clark's court vision and passing prowess reshaped the Fever's offensive flow, making everyone around her better. After the backlash, Reese attempted to backtrack, claiming her words were misunderstood. She began what was described as a moonwalk away from her comments, but the damage was done. Teammates felt the criticisms were not just misunderstood, they were a hit list disguised as honesty. Rookie head coach Tyler Marsh, tasked with leading the team, found himself not just coaching but acting as a full-time mediator in a chaotic, divided locker room. The off-court drama and on-court suspensions completely derailed the highly anticipated rivalry with Caitlin Clark. Due to Clark's persistent groin injury and Reese's suspensions, the two superstars have only faced each other once in the 5 scheduled games. The league's carefully laid plans for a season-defining spectacle were replaced with a must-skip rerun of a rivalry that never materialized. For all the talk and drama, one thing remains constant: the Chicago Sky's record. At 9:30, they are a historically bad team. The suspensions, the slaps, and the public criticisms are not translating into wins. Reese, who has insisted on being the franchise savior, seems to be doing more to sink the ship than to steer it. The ultimate question for Angel Reese and the Sky isn't about apologies or drama. It's about whether she will finally let her game do the talking. The tale of these two players, their approaches to fame, and their impact on their respective franchises provides a stark and undeniable verdict. The Chicago Sky's gamble on Angel Reese was a disastrous miscalculation. Her season will be remembered for the drama, the turnovers, the suspensions, and the public alienation of her teammates. The Sky finished with a dismal 10-31 record, tied for the worst in the league. This is not just a statistical failure, it's a systemic breakdown, directly impacted by the internal chaos Reese generated. The Indiana Fever, on the other hand, represent the triumph of professionalism and genuine leadership. Despite significant injuries to their star, they finished with an impressive 22-20 record, a testament to the culture Caitlin Clark instilled. The WNBA itself saw a monumental surge in popularity, driven in no small part by the excitement Clark generated. Attendance records shattered, merchandise sales soared, and national television slots became commonplace, all centered around the Indiana Fever and their undeniable star. This isn't just about basketball talent, it's about the character required to be a true franchise player. Caitlin Clark demonstrated that a superstar's responsibility extends beyond the stat sheet. It's about how you carry yourself, how you treat your teammates, and how you inspire those around you. Angel Reese, by contrast, showed that individual ambition, when unchecked by humility and respect, can actively derail a team's progress. So, as we look to the future of the WNBA, the path is clear. One star is building a legacy of excellence and unity, lifting her team and the league to new heights. The other is leaving behind a trail of controversy and underperformance, raising serious questions about her long-term viability as a franchise cornerstone. We want to hear from you. Who do you think represents the future of the WNBA? Are you Team Clark, the undisputed leader and professional, or Team Reese, the self-proclaimed superstar struggling to find her footing? Let us know down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out on our in-depth analysis. Click the video on the screen for more WNBA insights, and we'll see you in the next one.